The laughter hit me like a punch to the gut, sharp, cold, and merciless. My dad's boss just called me ma'am in a room where I was nothing but a joke, a soldier nobody wanted to hear. The weight of their sneers crushed the years I spent surviving Afghanistan, the medals they ignored, the battles they never saw. I was invisible at my own family dinner, humiliated and betrayed. If you're enjoying this, please subscribe and share. Your support keeps the stories coming. The table buzzed with thinly veiled disdain. My achievements dismissed as a phase, a fantasy. Chloe, my sister, smirked like I was some embarrassment in uniform. Dad avoided my eyes, caught somewhere between pride and resentment. They didn't know what to make of me, Esme, the colonel who didn't fit their picture of success, but then, his boss stepped in. Quiet, authoritative, he looked me in the eye and said, "Ma'am." The word sliced through the tension, silencing the room. That single salute wasn't just respect, it was a declaration. I wasn't a failure or a disappointment. I was a leader, a survivor, someone who had earned every ounce of that title. Their surprise hung thick in the air, and I could feel the fragile walls of their prejudice beginning to crack. Yet, even with that moment of acknowledgement, the undercurrents of old wounds ran deep. My dad's voice, low and icy, broke the fragile calm. "You think your uniform makes you better than us?" His question was a challenge, an accusation. The fight was far from over. The dinner table had become a battlefield of its own, where love and resentment clashed under the weight of unspoken truths. I wasn't here to win their approval, I was here to claim my place, without apology. But how do you fight a war when your enemy wears the mask of family? The room stayed heavy with silence after Dad's words, but inside me, a storm was raging. "Better?" I asked, voice steady but firm. "No. Stronger. Smarter. More tested." The eyes around me flickered, some with disbelief, others with grudging respect. I saw the old fears, the stubborn pride in their faces. Like walls built too high to tear down with a single salute. If you're enjoying this, please subscribe and share. Your support keeps the stories coming. For years, I carried the weight of their judgment. While I was briefing Pentagon officials or leading teams in hostile zones, they whispered behind my back, saying I was reckless, too rigid, or simply lost. At family gatherings, I was the soldier who left, the daughter who chose a uniform over family dinners, the woman they didn't understand. But none of them saw the long nights planning missions, the sacrifice of every missed birthday, the battles fought both overseas and inside my own mind. That night, they saw something different. His boss's salute wasn't just about military rank, it was a mirror reflecting everything they refused to face. My service wasn't a shadow to hide from. It was the backbone of who I was. And no amount of ridicule would erase the countless lives I had led, the trust one had earned. Still, the fight wasn't just external. Chloe's smirk burned like a knife. "You talk like you're some hero," she sneered, voice dripping with scorn. "But you abandoned us. You chose danger over us." The accusation cut deeper than any battlefield wound. I swallowed the pain and leaned in. "I fought to protect you," I said. "Even when you didn't believe it." That's when Dad's boss spoke again, this time turning to the whole room. "This woman's courage saved lives you'll never know. Maybe it's time we all learned what respect really means." Their silence spoke volumes. For the first time, the family dinner felt less like a trial and more like the start of something new, fragile. Uncertain, but real. But just as the tension seemed to ease, my phone buzzed with a message that would shatter the fragile calm. I glanced at the screen, an old contact from the Pentagon, someone I hadn't heard from in months. The message was short but heavy. "Esme, we need you. Urgent. Briefing tomorrow morning. No time for goodbyes or family dramas." Duty called again, relentless as ever. Chloe scoffed, noticing the look on my face. "Guess the hero still runs away when things get tough," she said, voice low but sharp enough for everyone to hear. The room shifted uncomfortably, like waiting for a storm to break. I swallowed down the bitterness, steadying my voice. "Running away would be easier. But I stay because I know what's at stake." The truth hung in the air, years of sacrifice, missed milestones. And the loneliness that comes with being the one who carries the burden no one else can see. Dad shifted in his seat. His usual smugness replaced by something softer, almost hesitant. "Maybe we never understood," he muttered. "Maybe we never tried." I wanted to believe him. I wanted to believe they could finally see me, not as the daughter who left, but as the woman who fought for more than just medals. But years of silence and misunderstanding weren't erased in a single dinner. The rest of the night unfolded like a delicate dance. Questions were asked, not with the usual sneers but with tentative curiosity. What was Afghanistan really like? Mom whispered, eyes glistening with unshed tears. My stories came out slowly, carefully peeling back the layers of the woman they thought they knew, yet beneath it all, the wounds lingered. Chloe's jealous glances, Dad's guarded silence, the weight of unspoken regrets. This family dinner was a fragile truce, a moment of grace before the world pulled us back into its chaos. The next morning, as I prepared for the briefing, my phone buzzed again, a message from Dad's boss. Simple, respectful, "Ma'am, looking forward to working with you." That single word carried more respect than years of family battles, but just as I thought the hard part was behind me, a call came through that threatened to pull everything apart, a secret from the past. One that could unravel not just my career but the fragile ties I was beginning to mend.